Yes. Welcome back to Convos with Kozel. I am your host, James Kozel, your favorite non-guru. I have the owner, the leader of the Kingship Podcast, Mr. Chells in the building.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yes, sir. So, Chellie, for all the people that don't know you, give them a brief introduction about yourself, brother.
What's up, y'all? I'm King Chells, man. Currently, right now, I'm the owner, the host of the Kingship Podcast, man. I'm also an educator. I'm a father. I'm a friend. I'm a leader in the community, man. I'm just out here just trying to make sure to break these generational curses and, just provide insight to the next generation, man. Our time is now. Their time is next. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm doing my part when I leave this earth to make sure that everybody that comes in contact with me has an experience that's positive and we can build upon that and just making sure we doing our own job, man. But at the end of the day, man, just here to provide that purpose and that grind, man. So that's why I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the cool thing about it is Chellie has invited us into his personal life. So he's going to explain to us a little bit how a lot of the stuff that he's been through as a man and, childhood as well has perfected his craft to allow him to lead the generation of tomorrow because he is a teacher and an educator. Let's
Yes, sir.
go,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
let's start off hot, man. Me and you went to OSU together.
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
And I know that you did end up leaving for a period of time and pursuing your degree elsewhere. Let's talk about a little bit about that. So when you left OSU, what kind of made you, keep going to pursue that graduation, that diploma?
So let me backtrack because I actually left OSU twice.
Oh,
So I came in, we all came in 2009. I came in through the early arrival program there through Bridge,
mhm.
which I was able to meet you, some of the other folks, early arrival, a lot of kids through the YSP program. Shout out to YSP. Um, that really allowed me to get my foot in the door. You know, I'm an inner city kid from Cleveland, man, and seeing different black men and women that look just like me, that come from the same background, same uh demographics. It made me realize, damn, like we really somewhere that this could be a place that make my mark. And from back home, everybody knew I was going to Ohio State. Everybody knew I was going to Ohio State. So when I get there, I first semester I kind of fucked up, bro. I had a 1.9 GPA. I was at every party, every event. Man, you knew who Chells was, man. I'm there. I'm in there. I'm kicking it. I'm swag surfing, hat on, shirt off. I'm in where the Henny at? I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I was turned. I ain't gonna lie. And that 1.9 showed it. So they put me on academic probation. But I didn't leave because I couldn't hack it academically, because I was good academically. Once I got on track and knew how to do it, I couldn't afford it. And
Mm.
one of the biggest things, man, for me was going through that process was I'll never forget, it was that freshman year, that winter quarter, when that winter quarter I came back, all my shit was out the dorm. And they had put it
Mm.
back behind the desk at Moore Tower. And I couldn't pick it up because my parents never dropped me off at OSU. My best friend Mo did. So my
Mm.
parents never came to OSU, never dropped me off
Yeah.
at college at all. Not for the early arrival program or none of that shit. So I'm getting moved in through my best friend and all that shit. And the people that I met through Bridge and shit like that. So, you know, it was just because I couldn't afford it. My mom always told me, like, bro, you going to college, but we can't pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Now, knowing what I know now, I know where I fucked up at. I didn't apply for no damn scholarships. I didn't apply
Mm.
for no damn grants. I thought because I was academically gifted and I played sports and all this, I knew I got in based on my morals and my achievements, but I didn't take the extra step and the extra mile. And honestly, I just felt like I had that shit. But when you don't know, you just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna make this shit work. You know what I'm saying? I'm a finesse. So I
Yeah.
left the first time, just couldn't afford it. Went back home to Cleveland, worked for a minute, and I'll never forget. I was at this working at this factory. This lady, she had been at the factory for 40 fucking years, bro. 40 years. And it was just making car parts or some shit where you just press and play and just get them out there. It was this new white guy that they had brought in. Some suit came in. He was a new president, manager, whatever. And I asked the lady to my left, I said, you been here 40 years. You ain't never been in management? Nothing? Ain't never looked my way.
Wow.
And I said, the fuck? Oh, hell no. I'm not working like this for the rest of my life. Man, I took a lunch break. I left. I ain't come back. I was in Columbus the next week, bro. I said, nah, man, I got to figure it out. And shout out to Miss Shayla Thomas, man, because Miss Shayla Thomas, Robert Bennett, man, Dr. Robert Bennett now. Like,
Oh yes,
man, let me
yes,
not be
yes.
disrespectful. Dr. Robert Bennett, man, them two individuals, Ty set up, man, them
Ty
individuals,
Sullivan.
man,
Woo!
when the Bell National Resource Center, like
Yes.
all those people, what they did for me, they never gave up on me. Even though I never graduated from Ohio State, they never gave up on me. And that right there, I still have contact with all of them to this day. Like,
Nice.
to this day. Showed them my degree when I graduated to this day. But let me not get ahead of myself. Like, so, you know, I was like, yeah, I got to go. I went back to Ohio State, figured out how to get back in there. Okay, I get in there, cool. All right, now, here's the thing. Now I'm fucking up the money because now, shit, academically, I'm in there, I'm doing what I got to do, but now the money still ain't balancing in the way it need to. And I'm still not handling the money in the business on the college side like I need to be. And I ended up having to leave again. And
How
honestly,
soon was this after you got back that you had to leave
so
again?
probably I was there that sophomore year, probably after our sophomore year, because y'all, I came back my sophomore. I would have been a quarter behind.
Okay.
After my sophomore year, it was a wrap. So y'all, I say 2012, I was done. 2012, I was probably done at OSU. And honestly, it hurt because for the longest time, I always wanted to go to Ohio State. Oh, that was my dream school. I wanted to go there because I wanted to play ball there. I played color football there. I, tried out all that shit. And it's like one of those things where it's like, this is what I want to do. I wanted to go there because I watched the 2002 national championship with Maurice Clarett. I'll never forget that shit, bro. Yeah. Like, I remember why. That's the school I want to go to. That's where I want to go. And I made that shit happen. But it's like, on the contrary, when it came to the finances, the money, I'm putting bills and shit into my household, sending money back to my peoples. Like, it's when you're in college and you still trying to take care of home and make sure they good and trying to make sure all that good, that's hard. And you still trying to figure out how to find yourself as a man and you really don't really know. I ain't know. And I can sit up here and say that to this day. I really ain't know that shit, man. I thought I knew at 18, 19, thought I knew. I ain't know shit. I was wet behind the ears, still over here trying to move and groove, and then still trying to finesse this, do this, making bad business deals, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and the rest of the 12 disciples is behind me, ready to get their cut too. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah. So then I was out of school from like 2012. I didn't go back until 2017. And this is something I say too, man. I wish I went back earlier. But the reason why I didn't go back was because of my fucking ego. I thought I had to get the degree from Ohio State to feel complete. I thought I had needed that degree from Ohio State to feel complete. I felt like a failure because when I went back home to Cleveland, you went to Ohio State? You ain't graduate? What the fuck you doing? We know. Wait, what's up? I was the nigga in the hood that niggas knew, like, you there. You there, bro. Like, this is what you got to do. And I didn't complete it. I didn't complete the mission. Now, my homies that's close, they know what's up. Like, but at the same time, in the back of your head, if I know how we human. Damn, bro, you couldn't hack it? Shit, what the fuck you doing? Like, and that shit fucked with me for a long time, man. And then it's funny, too, because I would go to all y'all graduations. I hated going to y'all graduation. I can say that now. I hated going to y'all graduations, bro. I went to all y'all graduations, man. 2013, 2014, I was there, bro. I hated it, bro. Bro, jealous than a motherfucker, man. You know, and then in the summer, it's in the stadium. The first place they bring you in orientation, you walk the stadium. The last place you leave, you walk out the stadium. Bro, I hated it. And the inside, and you smile on the outside, but I'm gonna be real. I hated y'all niggas for that shit, bro. I was jealous as shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, fuck these niggas, man. But real talk, I was proud, but I was jealous because I wasn't there, man. I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hack it. And I realized I'm like, I had some issues with OSU finances and trying to get shit together, and it just wasn't gonna happen. I just had to come to the realization that this is when it was not what it was going to be. So then I ended up looking at other schools, trying to see who was going to accept me based on what my credentials and certain things were. And Virginia State, Took a chance on me, man. HBCU. Now this is whole different background from a PWI to an HBCU. And that shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit was lit. And it almost made me want to try. I wish I would have went there first, but I wouldn't have met the people that I would have met and had the lifelong friendships that I would have had if I. So everything happens for a reason. But I say that to say this, man. I had my daughter in 2014. I ain't never want my daughter to sit up here and look at her dad in the face and be like, "You did all that and you ain't got nothing to show for it." I got all this debt, no degree. Shit, I might as well finish that. Something got to shake. I got to get that. And for me, I'm a first generation. That was important to me.
Yes.
I needed that. I needed that. For bragging rights, for all that. That was important to me. I can say I'm a first generation college graduate in my family. I can say that shit. Proud. And I did that shit. And I told people know you know, Cuddy E folks, they'll tell you, if I say I'm going to do that shit, I'm going to do that. And I did that shit, bro. And I graduated May 2019, got my bachelor's of arts in communications, man. Summa cum laude, whatever the second word is, or whatever one of the cum laude is. I was good. I had a 3.6 GPA. I was up there. But I wanted that. Still working, still doing it, and I did it. And when it made me realize I had to separate myself from one of the things I realized in our core group of friends, when it was time to graduate, y'all started dropping off. Y'all got missing in your own way. So I ain't see you at every party. I ain't see Cuddy at it. I ain't see folks doing it. I ain't seen, oh man, he graduated, my dog. And for me, I'm from Ohio. I had to leave my comfort. I can go to Columbus and Cleveland and feel comfortable because I know them spots. I had to leave entirely and be uncomfortable to make something shake and shape my dream and what I needed it. And that's what it did. And it propelled me to get to where I'm at today.
And we starting off with the heat.
Starting off hot. I told you. Hey, we're going to talk today.
Okay. So I don't know if this was during your college tenure, but you were also in the Army as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a question for that. So what kind of caused you to join the Army, and what are some of the most important things you learned while being in the Army?
So I joined the military. Say that last part again.
And also, thank you for your service, bro.
I appreciate it. No problem. I joined the Army because I didn't want to drop out of college. I didn't want to drop out of college. I didn't want to go back home. I needed something. I didn't want to go back home because at this point, this is the second time, and I'm trying to use them to pay for school. And like I said, I could say that I handled my funds and shit bad. When it came to the money, I'm trying to help them. And I never forget, Dr. Bennett told me, you keep helping them and you ain't helping yourself. And I didn't know how to ask for help. So now I'm over here trying to figure out, I'm trying to do it on my own. And I didn't know how to ask for help. So a lot of times I'm smiling, laughing, joking, everything cool. But inside, I'm fucked up, man. People I'm living with, no, I'm fucked up. I'm hurting, bro. I'm over here. I'm toxic in my own right. I'm fucked up in my own right. I don't know how shit moving. And I'm still trying to figure out what life is as a man, doing, you know what I'm saying, rocking with girls this way, doing this. But I joined the military so I didn't have to go home. So I didn't drop out of school because I know if I went back home, I know what I'm going back to. I know what I'm going back to. It's hard. I use this analogy, man. I done been knocked down. I've been in a 12-round, fight my whole life. Every time you get knocked down, it get harder to get back up for that 10 count. It gets so hard to get back up for that 10 count. So what you going to do when you keep getting knocked down? You going to stay there and wallow? Or you going to get back up and try to fight again? And eventually, shit, you going to get this left right. And I'm going to have to knock your ass out because I ain't going. So I joined the military in 2011, trying to, keep pace with school. Did AIT job training. And I did it so I could stay in school, man. And the military taught me a lot of different things. First and foremost, it taught me a sense of discipline. And I'm not talking about discipline from your parents and discipline. We go to bed at 2100. That's 9 o'clock in military time. So 2100, we not getting up. We probably getting up at 0400. So that's 4 o'clock in the morning. For 4 to 12 noon, I probably have done more shit in the day than you have probably done that entire day. And I still got more shit to do that day. And my drill sergeant used to tell me, You have done more right now than people will do in their entire day or their entire week. Time management. You realize how much you can get done. And it's crazy because even now I've gotten lazy in certain things, gotten comfortable, but I can always go back. My day was packed. You're doing PT at 0500, eating breakfast at 6. You're going to do some type of training exercise by 8. You got to have shit, shower, shave, all that. Dress right, dress. Make sure your uniform is on point. If anything is gone, you're getting smoked. You better make sure that bed is hospital corner fresh. The Bay Area got to be clean. That's the room that we all bunking in. You got to make sure that shit right. You as a platoon need to be on point. We go to the training exercise. Make sure your weapon clean. Make sure your weapon is on point. Make sure you ain't lacking in any way, shape, or form. Make sure your platoon as a whole is together. It taught me teamwork. I realized the first day I was there, man, I never forget. Some dude from the swamp of Florida, man. We was bunkmates, and he told me, man, I gotta bunk with this nigga. Fam, got busy on his ass. Like, nah, we ain't going for that.
Yeah.
Drill sergeant pulled me aside and he told me, like, you gotta understand this. I can send you home right now. Black drill sergeant. Never forget, his name was Drill Sergeant Polk. He was a hood. He was a hood nigga. Black and mild, smoking, South Carolina. But when I tell you his PT scores was top of the line, uniform was fresh, knew his shit front to back. He was cold. He told me he gonna walk out of here with the army on his chest, and you gonna go back home to be whatever the fuck you was gonna be. Not shit. Just because you couldn't control your emotions, you couldn't control yourself. So what the fuck? I could send you home, but I understand why you did it. This your second shot. Make it right. I ended up being in a position of leadership probably like 3 weeks later. Me and my dog, Rucker and Phillips, was out here doing our thing, and you know, we ended up being put in position of leadership and doing different things. And it made me understand that everybody comes with different walks of life. Everybody ain't gonna fuck with you. But you gotta learn to work with everybody. And there was some people I couldn't stand in my fucking unit, man. Just, you realize common sense ain't common. Like, motherfuckers just do dumb shit. I'd be like, bruh, come on. Come on, man. I'm to the point. I always told them, when I was a platoon guy, leader of my platoon, I'm never gonna ask you to do something I'm not willing to do myself. And if I can't do it, there's a reason why I can't do it. Mm-hmm. So if you out there picking up trash, I'm with y'all picking up trash because we gonna get out this shit quick. Mm-hmm. I ain't trying to be in this heat all day. Hurry the hell up. Let's go. Like, I'm trying to get to the next thing so we can sit up here and chill. You know what I'm saying? And the military really taught me those lessons, those skills, and I was in the best shape of my life, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was cut. Like, oh, I need to get back on that training regimen because, man, I had 3 square meals a day. I was out here working out. Oh man, it was something crazy, but it was an experience, man, and I'm glad I did it. Like, would I do it now? No. I think at the time it was for the time that it was needed. We still in peacetime. We ain't going through some of the issues we're going through now. The Lord was able to bless me and see me through, so I wasn't hurt, harmed, and I could still come back and see my family. So I'm blessed for that. But that was the reason why I joined, and what it taught me, man. It taught me that you can push your mind and your body through so many limits if you want to, but you have to have the willingness to do that. And if you're not ready to do that, and if you're not going to do that, you're wasting your time. The body will do anything and can do anything. It's the mind that slows it down and make you really wonder, damn, once you plant that seed of doubt, man, it's hard to get that motherfucker out. So
see, and all of that all that did transition you into the man you are now, because now you're a leader for the future generation as you teach now. So let's get into that transition into how everything you learned from the military, everything you learned from college and doubling back, how that has helped you be able to teach these new kids now.
First off, let's be very clear. These new kids is different.
100%.
New kids is different. I don't know what they got going on, what they sipping on, but I be having to tell them daily, I am not the one, bro. Before I was a teacher, I was a real nigga, and I still am. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Like, it could get crazy. Like, but no, like, I'm gonna be honest. Teaching fell in my lap. I was about to be a flight attendant, man. I literally was in Arizona to be a flight attendant, man, and I ended up getting kicked out the program because, again, not controlling my fucking emotions. But I was defending myself because, long story short, this white girl said something racist out the side of her mouth, and I wasn't going for it. And because we're in training, I'm looked at as the aggressive black man. Scores out the wazoo. I'm top of my class. Scores is fire. Top of my class, doing what I'm supposed to do. But the white girl, let's call it what it is. She had that privilege. Had the privilege. Excuse me. Had the privilege, was able to work it to her advantage, and I was looked at as the aggressive black male that we don't know if this is a good fit for you. All right, cool. Again, I come back home. I'm still in Virginia at the time. I come back home, defeated, don't know what the fuck to do. But during that time while I was up there in Arizona, I had took an interview for TFA and, did that. And I've heard this a lot.
For TFA.
Teach for America. Teach for America. And I heard a lot of times people be like, man, you should teach. You should teach. And I used to always, because I used to do, when I was in Columbus, I used to work for a nonprofit dealing with kids. I did that for like 6-7 years, my entire time I was in Columbus, because I'd always been around kids, so it was easy to me. But I was under the impression, like, when you teach, there's a different set of rules, regulations, and standards. I can have a different type of relationship with a kid on an after-school basis than I can with being a teacher, because sometimes, there's certain things, district issues, there's a lot of different things that gives you cause to pause. So I say, okay, I took the interview, I did it, I killed it, they rock with it, and I ended up getting hired to be a teacher. And I'm like, all right, this ain't so bad. And I was teaching in the pandemic, so I'm teaching virtually. My first year teaching was virtually, so I'm teaching on the computer. Man, I realized real quick that these parents is lacking. Like, I'm talking about, and I just talked about this on my podcast, where we need to invest in kids more. And it starts at home. It takes a village. You have to invest in your kid. A lot of these parents ain't invested in their kids. And one of the things that I understood was, every time you deal with a child, it's an experience that you're creating for that child. Every time you deal with it, that's an experience. That's part of the issue why we as adults now, some of us have not dealt with our childhood trauma or refuse to deal with it, because we don't want to reflect back on those experiences that we've dealt with certain adults, certain teachers, certain mentors, whatever the case may be, that have wronged us, or who just didn't put us in a position to be successful, who just didn't give a fuck about us. And we don't want to deal with that. So for me, I understood, like, one, in education, it's not a lot of black males in education. Like, be honest, how many black male teachers did you see growing up in school? Or when I didn't see it, I don't think I had a black male teacher growing up in school.
Yeah, that's a great question.
You know what I'm saying? It's usually predominantly white women, black women. It's rare that you see a black man. And if you do, they're the security guard. Or the dean of students, or in a position, or a football coach. They're never the one that's going to be the one that can control the power or have the power. 9 times out of 10, or if they're in it, or if they are in school, they're looked at as the disciplinarian. We're going to put them in a position to be a disciplinarian instead of helping them understand the content, understand their story and where they go through. I don't want to have to discipline you 24/7. I can teach you the content, discipline you, and also help you be a man in real life, outside of whether you're a man or a woman, and help you know this is what life is. And for me being a teacher, like I said, it fell in my lap, but it made me realize you got a job to do, man. However long you want to do this, you got a job to do. These kids look up to you. You look like them. You got locks. You walk. You dress how you. I could be suited and booted one day, and I can come through with J's and pants the next. I can switch it up. I'm 31, but I know how to carry myself in each aspect. I listen to the same music most of y'all listen to. I'm bumping dirt coming up to work. It's going. Like, I'm bumping my, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also got to help y'all understand it's a time and place for everything. When I walk in here, I got to conduct myself accordingly. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to teach these kids and help them, is put them in a position to be successful. I'm going to meet you where you at. I understand, especially teaching our demographic. I understand you got issues at home. I understand, because I grew up like that, bro. I grew up when I had to do my homework as a freshman under candlelight the whole entire time as a freshman in high school, because we didn't have lights on. I done been over here taking the bird baths with the spaghetti pot, putting in the sink, because we ain't got no hot water with the damn, what do you call that? The hot pot, the hot plate. I done that. I know what that look like. I know what that means when you ain't got no money on the food card and you don't know, and they charge you for lunch. You trying to get the free reduce or whatever the case may be. I know what that look like when you going on field trips and you ain't got no money because your parents just ain't got it to spare because you trying to get what you got to get to. Like, so that's my biggest thing. So that's one of the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to give that to them. And like, I've been there, bro. I've been there. I know. So what I do with my kids, I give them a thing called therapy session. I call it therapy session. You want to come and talk to me about anything? Come talk to me about anything. Anything. I don't give a fuck what it is. Because a lot of times we don't get, especially in our community, we don't get that opportunity to talk and get our shit off. It's a lot of shit we hold in. It's like, damn, how am I going to get you to hear what I see? Because as an adult, you do what I say, not as I do. And that's what it is. My word is law. And as a respect, yes, that needs to happen to a certain degree. But also, they have issues too. And a lot of times I think we're in the monotonous in our own world, trying to pay bills, we forget that these children need investment.
Yeah.
You got to invest in them. So for me, I want to make sure I invest in them, put them in I keep saying it, and the best position to be successful and wanting them to grow and knowing that no matter what, whether I'm here or there, you can come holler at me. It ain't just about the content. And look, I tell them all the time, I ain't here to be liked. I ain't here to be your friend. I'm not your best friend. I'm none of that. But I'm a person that you can come to as a resource if you need it. I'm going to get you together when you need to be got together. Sometimes I got to pull you aside and have that real one-on-one conversation. And I've had that with some of my students. Some of the conversations may not be on no teacher. It might be, bro, you doing too much. Chill, bro. You come on, man. Like, what's up? Sis, come on now, you know. But when y'all need something, I'm going to give it to you. If you hungry, I got you. If I can do it, I'm going to look out for you. Doing stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, students, kids remember shit like that. And it may not be that you understand the concept of what I taught you. You might not know what I taught you, but you remember how I made you feel and understand, damn, I get what he was trying to teach you. It might hit you 10th grade. Damn, that light bulb go up, boom. I got it now. Now I'm on my shit. Now I know what to do.
Damn.
Every kid can be reached by somebody. Yeah. You may not understand what I'm coming through. Cool. I can put you over here to my good brother over here, and he got the resources and tools for you, and he gonna get it. Every kid can be reached by somebody, and you can't save them all, but you got to try, and you got to put them in a position to be successful. And some kids just don't give a damn, and some parents just don't care either. And I'm not saying you wipe your hands with them, but you do what you can, and you do what you must. And if it don't work out, you can at least say, hey, as a teacher, as a person, as a black man, I did what I could to be able to do what for your child that I could. You didn't take it. I can bring you to the water. If you dehydrated, man, you just dehydrate. The
good part, what I liked about it is you said that you opened up yourself for these therapy sessions. And how old are the kids that you teach?
So I taught my first year. I taught high school. High school, and I dealt with some things in the high school aspect where, shit, man, kids coming out to me, telling me all different type of stuff. Like, okay, I respect that. And then in the middle school, it's a little different too, because high school, you kind of know who you are, but you still find yourself. Middle school, you're starting to make your own choices as far as picking classes, moving around, getting to do things. Because 9 to 10, you're coming from that elementary school phase where everything is so stringent. Everything is so boom, 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 boom. You ain't moving up this class. Everything is by the book, by the guideline. Middle school, you get a little bit more freedom. You get a locker. You ain't got no cup. You got tea. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. So with that, I give them that space because these kids that's going through all type of stuff, whether it's a divorce, whether it's
with that, let me ask you, what is the most depressing thing like one of the kids have told you? That you was like, damn, and you felt it. You know what I'm saying? Because I would assume that most of the time it's like young black men coming up to you, right?
I got a lot of girls.
Oh, okay, damn.
I got a lot of girls too, man. That just want to talk. Damn. That just want to talk because I listen. I'm not here to judge you. Some of them can't tell their mom that they like this boy and they don't know how to. I just listen. Listen. Now, of course, me being a mandated reporter, I let them know there's certain things that if you tell me and if it's going to hurt, harm, or whatever, I have to go up the chain ladder and so let me say that because I don't want folks to be like, well, you just letting them say it. No. I have a job to do. I don't want folks being over here. He ain't handled. No, I handle my business. So if there needs to go up the chain of command, we handle that. But a lot of times it don't be that serious. But it's this young man, and he lost his father.
Mm.
And you can tell he needs a role model in his life. And he just doesn't know how to express himself, and he just goes crazy
Damn.
in different areas. I got one. He lives in a house full of girls. He the only male.
Mm.
He come to school and wild out. So then when I have real conversations with him, he be like, "Man, I just don't know what to do." Da da da. Got some of my girls. Just they going through their issues being girls. Like in middle school, you really starting to see boys and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's how do you handle that? How do you, some of them are still trying to figure out who they are in their sexuality, which I think is a
Yeah.
different discussion in a different sense. And I'd be trying to tell them to have that discussion with their parent. Because some of
Yeah.
these parents, but a lot of times you'll hear some of the things I hear, my parent don't give a fuck. I grew
Mm.
up in a household where it's like, I remember I was told that, man, hey, beat my ass straight if I came home gay. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Because I told people all the time when I came, and not to switch the topic like this, but just on this subject, like I was homophobic to a degree when I came to college, and I didn't know how to handle that. But now I got a couple gay friends that's like, what you do behind closed doors, that's your business. It don't change your heart, don't change who you are as a man or a woman. You still, when if I needed you, you were still there for me. So what you do, that's on you. Hey,
Yep.
good, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of parents too, for them, and whether you agree, I don't agree that, you know, they fully understand what that is,
Mm-hmm.
but parents need to start having talks and really start talking to their kids. Not even just on that, but just for them, period. Because you
Yeah.
don't know what you are doing as an adult, whether you're going through a divorce, broke, whatever the case may be, what you are doing to breed trauma in that kid's life. And if you're not willing to be an adult enough and put your ego aside and say, hey, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't know. So when you don't know how. Because this is, again, what I talk about, generational curses. This has been a generational thing. This is all I know. This is all I can see. So this is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to do. And when that happens, you get the kids that we get now. Because, I mean, growing up, we knew what manners were. We knew how to
Yeah.
talk to an adult. Some of these kids, they talk to you like you off the street somewhere. And I had to tell them, first off, you're in a safe haven in these four walls. You go outside and try that in the real world, I promise you it's not going to go how you think it's going to go. And folks ain't playing out here right now.
Yeah. They're not.
Folks ain't playing out here right now. So those are some of the things that I get, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, not to go too much into their business when I don't want to bring too much, because I know a lot of my students, they watch some of the things I post.
Yeah.
They be finding me on the social medias and all that. Some of my kids be like, oh, nah, Mr. C, I say, dang, you just know. But I appreciate the support. I do. But yeah, like they've told me some things where it's just like, wow, that's wild. And it's like you just understand as an adult seeing it what that means. Cause now I understand it when we were kids and what I saw and how some of the behaviors. Then you're an adult and you fully understand what that looks like and what that means. So
Yeah. The cool part about it is that they can come up and they know that they can trust you with said information to provide them with some real life examples. One,
mm-hmm.
two, also some direction on how to shake kind of that depression that they have. So with that also, because you've been through a lot of things, man. I know you personal. What would you say is the most humbling life experience that you have had personally?
Man, I'm gonna say the up until this point,
Mm-hmm.
I would say two.
Okay.
Me being a father in
Mm,
Ohio State.
mm,
Me being a father first because it humbled me because I had a girl. If I had a boy, I would have been the same toxic individual I'd have been at that
mm.
time. I would
Whew.
have given my son everything of who I was at that time. And am I
Ooh.
perfect now? Hell no. But I would have given my son everything that I was at that time. And I thought I was the shit then. I had to learn how to be gentle. I had to learn how to be soft. I had to learn how to I had to learn how to look at women different. I
Mm,
had to learn how to treat women different.
mm,
It got to the point where everybody couldn't even Every girl not about to be around my daughter because, everybody, oh, she cute. No, everybody can't be around her.
Mm-hmm.
She will never think her dad was a Rolling Stone out here. Now, dad is out here kicking it, doing whatever, but you won't see that because it's a time and place, and we're gonna have conversations. So I think me having a child was humbling because I was a father. There's no longer no room for error.
Yeah.
You can't just fly by the seat of your pants and expect it to work. It don't work like that. It made me realize that as a man, this little girl that you could either potentially be her first love or be her worst enemy.
Damn.
You could be her first love or her worst enemy. You could be the person that she go up to when she look at a man. My father did X, Y, and Z, and if you ain't up to this, I ain't rocking with you.
Yeah.
Or, man, my daddy won shit. Man, what's up? What we doing? I seen it in college, bro. We seen it. The towers, all that. And there's no disrespect to no girl that I've ever dealt with, any woman I've ever dealt with, or any of the women that I've came in contact with. Because we all got traumas and it take two to tango. So I'm never going to say it was just them or vice versa. Because we all played our role and played our part. But there are certain things that we know that play a part into why we act a certain way. Is it an excuse? No, but it's understandable, and we have to look at those things to why. There's always a domino effect to why we get to the action, and we have to see that. Yeah. So for me, that was humbling because the first time I held her, it was different, man. It was different. Mm-hmm. If I'd have had a boy, I'm telling you, I would have been that same. I'm not teaching. I know that. If I had a boy, I say my daughter saved my life. If I'm not teaching, if I have a boy, I'm not teaching. I'm not a teacher right now. I know I'm not. God knew what he was doing by giving me a girl. He knew I needed to grow the fuck up. He knew that I needed to get my shit together. He knew, you got potential and you're going to fuck around and blow it because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Get your shit together. Here, you're going to have a girl. I'm going to teach you, because you're not listening to me direct. So I'm going to teach you indirectly what you have to do and how to be a man in a different light. So now, what you going to do? It was in sink or swim. And I've been, and she continues to teach me, man. She continues to teach me to be better because now I have to focus on, okay, how does she see me? And am I perfect? No. Like, I try not to cuss around my child. My daughter can probably tell you on one hand how many times I cussed around her. And I got a mouth, and you know me, I cuss. I got a foul mouth, bro. But when I'm around her, I do not cuss. I try not to cuss. I don't bring a lot of women around my child at all. Unless it's my girl, no, we're not doing that. Like, it's a respect and an understanding that this is what it is. If you see her in passing, cool, what have you. But we don't play them games. Like, I had to grow up. And then my second humbling thing is OSU, man. OSU humbled me because it showed me that you don't just get it off achievement alone.
Yeah.
You don't get shit off achievement alone. I don't care who in your corner. If you're not willing to do the work and put in the effort, man, that shit ain't gonna happen. And I had a lot of support. It was people when I left the first time. I still got the messages on Facebook, man. I wish you better. I hope you do come back, da-da-da. But we all know, we saw how many people left OSU and how many people actually came back.
Yeah. Yes.
When I came back, people were shocked like a motherfucker.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Nigga, you did that shit? Like, bro, what? You really said you was gonna come back? Like, oh shit, he really came the fuck back. Like,
wow.
Like, we've seen it. It's a lot of people that did not come back. I'm gonna be back. It went back home and got to work, and that's what that was. And that's no slight to them. You know, everybody's journey is different. I just knew for me and my journey, that made me realize it, so from 2012 to 2017, so that's a good 6 years, 5
Yep.
For where I'm just not in school. I'm working. I'm over here doing what I got to do, military, doing whatever. It just made me see life differently too. Like, is this what you really want? Do you really want to do this? Even now, like, as I look at life, my end goal is I want to go to law school. I want to be a judge. That's the end goal. It's still more heights to climb. So nice. I have to humble myself and understand, take your time, respect the grind. And don't just think shit gonna be easy for you just because you did the work on paper. It's still some leg work you got to do. You got to get in that gym. What they tell you, a lot of that shit when you go to the gym, you can do all the crunches and all that you want, but if you ain't eating right, that shit is for naught.
Facts.
It's for naught. So OSU humbled me for sure because it made me see life differently and made me understand that I needed to grow in areas financially, spiritually, in just different areas that I just didn't know that I needed that. And I just thought I had it and I really didn't.
Damn, and what's cool, like you're seeing all the like the whole story that you've told for the time that we've been together here is like it's funneling into this tube, which enters into the Kingship Podcast. And let's talk a little bit about that. Talk about some of the topics and kind of like things you cover, as well as some of the fears that you may have had prior to starting your own show, basically.
So a lot of the topics I covered, the whole purpose, I did it during the pandemic. I was bored as shit, and while people were spending that what was it? What's that money they was giving out? That stimmy,
The
the
stimmies, yeah.
stimmy. I was investing in myself. Fuck it, I'm gonna buy all this good equipment and I'm gonna make it shake. And I wanted to do it, and I'm like, I'm looking at folks doing this shit. I'm like, man, that shit is trash, and they getting paid, saying dumb shit, doing dumb shit. Fuck it, but so I cover topics. My biggest, you'll see on my Instagram, it say, I'm just a man just trying to break generational curses, man. I want to talk about the perspective of Black community that looks like us, just like this. I ain't perfect. I'm not coming out here hitting you with a whole bunch of facts as far as analytical data this. No, this is my experience as a Black man and what I walk through my everyday trials and triumphs. These are the people that I hang with. So I didn't had a lot of guests. My first guest was a woman. I did that intentionally. So you can see that I can have a conversation with a Black woman and we ain't got to be argumentative and we ain't got to go to bats. And we can respect each other's opinion. We can agree to disagree, but still have a good discourse of conversation. But I can still remain true to myself and still be who I am. I had the same lady. Her name is Miss Camille. Her husband were on as well. They had a conversation, a topic about being a married couple. It's random shit. Sometimes it might be stuff that you see in media that affects us. Now this ain't no gossip shit where we just gonna talk about. No, I ain't here to gossip. I ain't here to do none of that. I'm here to really break generational curses, speak on stuff that matters to us. Gun violence, being unarmed and being shot and killed. I'm an educator, so of course I'm gonna talk about the kids. My last episode, like I said, was about investing in your kids as a parent. It takes a village. Speaking to all of that and making sure that we grow as people. I think a lot of times we be so quick to want to see the salacious shit, the love and hip hop and all this bullshit, and that's cool. Entertainment, okay, cool. But let's invest in something that's gonna build us up as a community. And I tell people all the time, if you got something to say, you feel like you got something to contribute, come on, this mic is free, bro.
Yeah.
Sis, this mic is free. You can come sit on this. You know what I'm saying? We can talk. We can chop it up. But, right now, like I said, I'm just small platform, just trying to grow. And hopefully, I've had you on. We talked about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be for everybody. And that's just what my mission, that's what the topics are. Like, we just trying to get it out there and just talk to everybody based on what your experience of being Black is. And everybody's experience of being Black ain't the same.
Yes.
So understanding that as well, too. This is who I come from. I'm a 31-year-old. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. That's been through 2 colleges, got a child. My life is different in my own respect. So is yours. We're never going to be the same. But we can have some commonalities and grow and have a bonded moment over that while also having some differences and trying to explore those differences. And sometimes we're going to have a real conversation with, we as people need to do X, Y, and Z, and we need to get our shit together, or we are growing and we're doing great in this area and we need to celebrate that. So those are the topics that I talk about. But as far as the fear, bro, I be scared to put my shit out, man.
Listen.
Look, I'm one of those people. I don't care what people think, but I care what people think.
Yes.
Like I don't give a fuck for real, but I care. Like, especially some people that I know who know me. And it's like, damn, like my first episode, it took me forever. I put that shit out like May 20th. It was funny. I put that first episode out I graduated May 19th of 2019. I put the episode May 20th, 2020. So one day in the year after my graduation. And I'm like, fuck. Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this shit. And I'm sitting here and the thing was I did it and I scheduled it. So I didn't have to do it. So I scheduled to drop. So if it was gonna drop, it was gonna drop. I think I scheduled it for like 12 or 1. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. And I walked away and I let the shit play. And I got positive reviews. Like the first person I remember saying he reposted my shit was Cuddy Mark. Yeah, Mark P. Shout
Yeah.
out to Mark P, man.
Shout out
Like,
to Mark P.
he shared it. It was like, man, promoting, and then they just start coming in from out there. And then I had a hiatus for a minute, and I just wasn't consistent teaching. Was kicking my ass in my first year, just trying to figure it out. And I'm just now getting back onto it. And I've been back and forth with that and the YouTube, so combining the two. But it's just a fear of what people think, and really, it's also the fear of not changing what I am and who I am, and making sure I stand on the morals and principles and values that I believe in. Because it's easy for me to change my lane and be like, I can talk about some salacious shit and I know I can pop. I could really disrespect women and know I can pop. I know I can sit up here and be on some bullshit, some trash, and know I can pop. But that ain't who I am as a man. And one of the things I also understand is, once you do that, you gotta be that.
You
And if
gotta
that ain't
stay
who
in.
you really are, you
Yeah.
got always have to be that face, that person,
Yeah.
even when you
Yep.
out in public. We want to
Yep.
see you dance, Geppetto. We want to see you be that. I ain't
Yep.
that nigga. So like, that ain't who I am. This is who I am. I'm a person that sometimes I slip up when I talk. I talk in ebonics a lot. I cuss. I'm not perfect. I know where my faults at. I'm still growing as a black man. I'm trying to be better. I'm not perfect. I'm a father, but I have a principle and a value that I stand on, that I'm not moving off that. I
Yeah.
don't care. One of the things I learned early: once the people know your price, they can change whatever they want about you.
Yeah.
They can change whatever they want about you. If you really gonna rock with my platform and rock what I got going on, you're gonna believe in who I am as a person first. You're gonna believe in the mission and what we trying to accomplish, and that's what we gonna go with. And if that ain't for you, that ain't for you. And sometimes it gets frustrating when you see people who videos and shit don't be up to par or bullshit, and you be like, 30,000 views,
Yeah.
100,000 views, monetizing shit off that just because of some bullshit. But I refuse. One of the things I refuse to do is to contribute to the downside of our community to get some
Same.
views and some likes for some
Same.
money. Because that's the
Yep.
problem we got right now. People don't
Yep.
want to call out the bullshit and want to sit up there and say, look, do I listen to rap music and shit? Yeah. I also know what that brings and what that come with. Do I also listen to some of the drama and say, yeah, I see that. But I also know what that come with. Don't mean I got to help contribute to that either. Don't mean I gotta help contribute. There's already people that's doing it. Let them make their money. Let them do them. I'm here to bring a different perspective for our people and make sure we grow and be better than who we are. And if I ain't doing that, man, what am I out here for? Because there's a lot of people that got a mic out here and just saying bullshit just to go viral. Talking about this, you got to pay for all my friends and all that. Just dumb shit. Like, bruh. Like, stop it. Like, it just be, at some point it's like, okay, we get the lab, but people really do anything for clout and viral, and I'm not doing that, and I'm not moving off that. And if you don't fuck with me because I'm not selling out. I'm not selling my people out for no bag. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, and I stand firm on that. And that's I guess my biggest fear is somebody really gonna pass on me because they don't want to believe in what I'm trying to do. They want to believe in but this is what we got. Then I gotta pass on that. Gotta pass on that. And
Yeah.
hopefully somebody really believe in what it is that I'm trying to do and see that. But, that's where I'm at.
And the good thing about it is, man, as long as we continue to provide quality content, we can't really control how the market views it or what they do it.
Facts.
We just got to stay consistent and keep putting it out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one last question for you, brother. And you already know it's my random questions. I have 9 of them. I need you to give me a random number. I'm going to ask you this question. I need you to answer it thoroughly, as transparent as you can. Tie a message to it as well. Give me a number, brother.
3, because that's my number. 3.
All right, number three. Number three. Here we go. What is the stupidest thing you got whooped for?
Now, you mean stupidest thing that I did to get whooped, or was it stupid to me?
It was stupid to you. You're
Shit.
like, why are you whooping me for this? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Oh, man. See, I got my ass whooped a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a badass kid, yo. Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of whoopings I got. I damn near deserved. Shit. That's a hard one, bro. Shit. I really don't. That's one I really don't know. I'm damn. Ah. I don't know the stupidest, but I can tell you the stupidest thing I did.
Okay.
I'll do that. Because I
Okay.
don't know the stupidest thing and I don't want to have dead air.
For sure.
I was one of the, so me and my brother, we had this fireplace. It was a brick fireplace in the middle. And basically it had like these in the inside, you could grab your hands on it and hang from it. You were never supposed to hang from the fireplace. Let me say that out there.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, don't do this shit. Don't try this shit at home. So I'm over here. This is the time I'm hitting the weight. So I'm over here feeling myself. I'm over here doing pull-ups. I'm out there. I'm doing this every day. Like every day, you know what I'm saying? My parents in the bedroom, whatever. And one day I'm up there. The motherfucker break off. Crack! The whole ceiling of the fucking cement breaks. Falls down. Bit. My brother, and hey, shout out to my brother, man. Like, we grown now, but I'm still calling it, man, his snitching ass. He went straight to the room. Hey, Ma, hey, I tell him, I say, look, man, I'm walking in there cool because I already know what's up. We both getting towed up, so I'm not going. Man, she said, who did it? Now my parents knew who did it. I don't even know. Like, I'm in there with that. I don't even know. Like, fuck it. So we both get towed up. But if he would have stayed, I'm trying to put it back. We could have put it back and been all right. Just clean it. I say that. So my message, man, don't just be falling for the dumb shit, man. Sometimes I call it, my mom always called it now. She said he was out here testing his strength. I was testing my strength a lot, man, because it's like, man, like, I was just trying to get some pull-ups in. I was just trying to get my muscles up, man. Like, you know, that I got tired of the belt, man. Like, you ain't gonna keep hitting me with this mug. Like, no, you know, every kid, especially your boy, every kid got that day where you get, this ain't it no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then shit get to going, wah, shit. So, yeah, I say that was I don't have the stupidest, because I got tore up a lot, man. I was doing some dumbass shit out here, but that would probably be the stupidest thing that I did to get whooped for.
For sure. Chellie, man, from the bottom of my heart, brother, you already know I respect you as a man, as a leader. I appreciate you for coming on. Tell the people where they can find you, my man.
Man, as y'all know, my name is King Chells of the Kingship Podcast. You can follow me on IG on Kingship Podcast. You can follow me on TikTok as well on Kingship Podcast. I got a YouTube channel, Kingship Podcast. Man, go tap in, like, share, subscribe that, share that out there. You can find a link in my bio on the IG for all of this stuff on my Linktree, as well as on Apple and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts at, man. Hey, peace, love, and blessings. I appreciate y'all for the day one supporters and for the new people that's on this journey. Please come on, man. And if you want to come on the mic and chop it up with me, you can do that too. You can just hit me up, DM me, and I got a spot for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother, man. And we'll see you on the next, because you know you coming back.
Oh, you know I got to. I appreciate y'all, man.